Have you ever thought about your public speeches being a gift for the world? Well, my name is Sergio Villegas, and I'm going to be talking about Bridget Sampson and her TED Talk video and how she used pathos, logos, and ethos in order to persuade the audience on how public speaking could change your life. And I'm going to be starting off with ethos. She used herself as the credibility. She talked about how, as a college student, she herself felt the same way as us. We don't know what to say. We get nervous thinking about it. We have sleepless nights. We get nervous, of course, and we think about the worst. But she talked about once she overcame this fear, she was able to become a public teaching speaker and able to teach others on how to do it. So this not only created trust with the audience, but also made a sense of comfort. Like she was able to relate to the audience, and that really created that build and trust with the audience. And she later talked about how she even taught in Fortune 500 companies and gave presentations for them, so that even built more credibility throughout her speech. And moving on to pathos, of course, she gave a story about a student of hers, and this student had gone through a lot of traumatic experiences, from homelessness, domestic violence, gang violence, a lot of bad things that nobody wants to go through. And she talked about how this student was too afraid to do a 5-minute speech, but she was able to use her personal life by convincing her. She said that 5-minute speech is nothing compared to what she's gone through throughout her life. So all those traumatic experiences are way more than just those 5 minutes. And that was able to help her student feel more comfortable giving that 5-minute speech. And she talked about how later in the end of the year, that student gave an amazing speech and made a lot of people emotional as she advocated for better upbringings for kids, and that nobody should grow up like that. And that was a good way of using pathos by making the audience feel emotional, by making them feel vulnerable and sad for the student, but also happy and knowing that she was able to advocate for what she loved and able to publicly speak better. And for her use of logos, she talked about irrational fears, a psychological term. And she mentioned this because a lot of people feel like they can't do a public speech. This is because they think about the worst case scenario. So this is due to the fact you might think you're going to vomit when you're going to say a speech in front of people. You might fall, or thinking that people are going to laugh at you. And all of these things are things that are not going to happen, very unlikely to happen. So there's a reason why the psychological term is irrational fear. And she talked about that, and that was her use of logos by using psychological term, scientifically proven too, for the audience to make them know that she has logic behind her claims too. And this all ties to our textbook in chapter 12.1, because they talk about Aristotle's 3 rhetorical devices or appeals, which is logos, pathos, and ethos. And these 3 are vital for persuasion: video or speech. And with all this being said, of course, this video was able to help me unlock my full human potential by making me feel confident knowing that I myself have a voice and a gift for the world, knowing that I have something to talk about and advocate for. So she was able to help me reach my full human potential with her video while also using ethos, logos, and pathos.